Hello everyone who is watching this at a later point. Hope you all had great weekends. I'm here at the Red Bull Ring testing out the new daily races. I'm going away for the week. I wasn't meant to stream this week, but I figured I could try squeeze a little session in before I leave for Bahrain for the FIA Nations Cup. I'm actually not racing in it. I'm coaching my teammate Rinat Salikov. Rinat was my teammate this year at the Spa 24-hour and in the GT Open. For I think 5 races we were teammates in GT Open. And we also did one race together in the Blancpain Sprint Series at the Nürburgring, which we actually ended up winning, which was quite cool. So he is representing Russia in the Nations Cup. And the way that the Nations Cup works is it's a combination between bronze ranked drivers and silver ranked drivers who are from the same country. So Rinat is currently a bronze ranked driver and still will be next year. So he'll be racing with a guy called, I think, Alex Bulatov. And Bulatov is actually from the SMP Racing stable. So they will be sharing the Ferrari together. Even though Bulatov has got experience in a Mercedes, he hasn't raced the 488. So I don't need to give him much advice, to be honest. He knows how to drive. We've already done a test with him in Barcelona, and he will then go on to drive with Rinat in Bahrain. And both of them haven't driven there before. I'm hoping that Bulatov has put in some simulator time. I know Rinat hasn't, because Rinat's been busy working. So my job then is to help Rinat get up to speed as quickly as possible so they can get on the podium for the Nations Cup. There's 18 cars at the Nations Cup, so 18 nations, quite a few Ferraris on the grid. I think 8 Ferraris have been entered, 8 or 9, 2 from Rinaldi and 6 from AF Corsa, which is also called Spirit of Race. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was in that part of the world just a couple of weeks ago. I was in Dubai, but I was on holiday. I wasn't doing anything except exercising. So I'm looking forward to going back, because in England it's a bit cold, to say the least, and running in the cold is not my favorite thing. So anyway, we're here doing the daily races. This is daily race B, group 4 at the A1 ring, the Red Bull ring, and I'm trying to set a decent lap. Is that a penalty? I think so. Oh, come on, get across the line. Okay, just in time. So the best lap, like the top 10 lap for this track is today, is a 36.0, but a lot of the guys are using that sort of racing line, which I'm trying to avoid. Still drinking my morning coffee. Often on a Monday with the daily races, it's a bit thin on the ground in terms of driver quality, as you can see here by my B grade grouping. But I always like to play in the mornings. Unfortunately, a lot of the players are younger, so they're either at school or at work, I suppose. So I'm fighting against the dregs. Psy85ZA, what's happening, man? Not entirely sure of your real name, but thanks for tuning in. If you're at work or if you are at home, don't hate on the B's and C's. Hey man, have you seen Super GT play with a remote? The guy's a machine. Hey Bruno, what's happening, man? Oh, Network Ninja, what's happening, dude? So yeah, Super GT is a machine with a remote. I spent a long time playing with the remote. You can be quick in this game with that, without a rig. It is just easier with a rig. I'm not hating on them. A lot of these guys will become A's and A pluses. Just it does mean that I often, in the Monday mornings, I start in the sort of around the top 5, and it's the main challenge in that case is not dying, as opposed to clean racing. So all these guys are S's, which is a good thing. I see we got some A's at the back there. I had a really bad FIA race here last Wednesday. Lots of pace. I watched a lot of the top online videos, like from the best YouTubers, and I had the same pace as them, but there was one instance where I hit someone going into turn 2 under heavy braking. I just tapped him, got a 5-second penalty. That was on lap 4 or 5, and it was downhill from there. So, but yeah. So, dude, Super GT is phenomenal. Not only does he race with the remote, he also races in third person. So, yeah, my pace during the FIA race here last week was good, but I threw away the results. You can watch that video, actually. It's called Hero to Zero on my YouTube page. Yeah, so, hang on. Don't tell me I'm on pole. I hope not. Okay, good. Who's phoning me? My team manager is phoning me, team boss, Rinaldi, but I'm busy. Sorry, Michele. So, yeah, I think that's the one. So, I'm gonna have to hang up on my team boss so I can do some simulator time. He's probably phoning me about, I sent him a driver analysis sheet. I work with a guy who analyzes the lap times of all the GT drivers in the world, and we rank them according to myself and my teammates to see where we stand. Anyway, let me concentrate for 2 laps and then maybe I'll start talking. Wow, that guy broke early. That was unexpected. Sorry, dude. And he got a penalty. Shame, man. Oh, he cut the inside. Okay, so it's very easy to overtake on the inside here. Whoa. So I did go defensive. He almost hit me, but I kind of moved out the way there. I'm driving purely in my rearview mirror at the moment. Whatever's in front of me is secondary to the guy that's behind me right now. So I noticed in this sort of line setting there's a bump here, just under braking. Oh, those guys are fighting hard behind me. Let me get out of here. I feel sorry for that guy. I got a 0.4 second penalty. He started on pole. I like this corner a lot when you get it right. It's so cool when you hook up the curb. Also this one. But it's very easy to run wide here and get a penalty. I don't enjoy that part. Okay, up the hill, over the crest. We've already pulled a gap. Hoping this guy catches me so I can have a good race. I'm not a massive fan of the Audi TT, so I never usually choose it, but given that it's something different, because I usually always use the Cayman. David, get back on your line, buddy. I don't want to be up there, that's cheating. So I'm just going to tap off a little bit there and let them come past if necessary. Wow, I don't mind tapping off a little bit. Okay, you want to go that way, that's fine, buddy. Okay, we've got a race now. That's good. That's good. Network Ninja, your comment gets cut off on this sort of streaming thing. I can't read really long comments because the font size seems to clip it. I can read much shorter ones, but I assume you're talking about third-person views. I don't know, I like this view the most. I definitely don't like third-person view. I don't know how the guys race with it. Give me a little bit of space there, buddy. Actually, you didn't have to. my first race of the day, and it's going better than I expected. I haven't crashed into anyone yet. Okay, where's this guy on my right? Oh, of course I get a sportsmanship ranks penalty. For what? For what? Anyway, racing, that's what. This is quite fun actually. I need to stop opening the door there. Onto turn 2. Is that turn 2? I think we all recognize it as turn 2. I need to stop opening the door there. It seems like I have enough pace to play the game here. In other words, yeah, this guy's understeering into the ether, so off you go. So if I just defend a little bit better in the next lap, maybe I can catch the lead, get it, keep it, and then pull away in the final lap. Because I have the pace to stick with him so far. I'm going to try overtake him into turn 2. I honestly thought I was going to go off into the bush there. I thought I broke way too late. But into the lead now. As planned. Doesn't always go as planned. Let's try get this curb. Okay. And let's see if we can pull away now. So, quite fun up till now. Oh, David. When you don't hook up that corner, it's crap. Hiking the curb on the exits. Probably using too much road. You could minimize the road usage there and gain like 1/100th of a second. It's all about meters. This guy is not disappearing. But I did take a superior line there. That's the line I've been wanting to take since I woke up this morning. Best lap, not bad. Okay, with an overtake, so let's try not get a penalty, but still get a good exit. And then pray that this guy doesn't kamikaze into officially turn 3, but let's call it turn 2 because, well, which one of these kinks is a turn here? So anyway, braking at 100. Finding that apex. Pulling away in second is better. And then just running sort of straight lines. Braking at 100 here. Good rotation there. Oh, on the power too early with this front wheel drive car. Hello, understeer. There's a very real risk of this guy doing a move into the last 2 corners. So I want to kind of avoid that. Braking at the marshal post on the left hand side there. I fear I may have just picked up a penalty. No, okay. So there we go. fun first race, really fun. The daily race C is around the Nordschleife. You know, I don't know if I feel like doing that. 2 missed calls. Yeah, my teammate, Michele Rinaldi, legend. At the beginning of this year, when I got upgraded to silver, I had no drive, and it was Michele Rinaldi via cold email to him asking. He didn't know who I was. I said, hey, do you need any drivers for the season? And 2 nights later he messaged back saying, what about GT Open? I said yes, and now we work quite closely together. I didn't get fastest lap. Oh, damn it. That irritates me. So he's running the car for Renat in the... Who got fastest lap? Man. Where's Sven? Let me say well done to him. He's going to be running the car for Renat in Bahrain. So, should we try this? It's 30 minutes away. I'm not so keen on that. We'll do one more race here. I bet you this is going to end up being the fastest car to use on this track, this Bugatti. I mean, it's only straights anyway. Should we try it? Should we try it? So, are we doing the Bugatti or the TT? Yeah, let's do the Bugatti. Let's get our asses kicked. We have exactly 4 minutes and something to learn this car around this track. Six minutes. Perfect. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys. What do I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, I wanted to first ask how the engine sound versus the microphone. Is it better now? Because some people have rightfully been complaining that the engine volume is too high. So how was it in that race? And then I also wanted to talk about something in racing, like how fit do you need to be a GT driver? Obviously it's a question I get a lot. Do you train a lot? This morning I did 45 minutes of weights. Now the thing is, a lot of people think that you're just sitting there the whole time and doing nothing, and we have power steering and we have ABS, but the truth is, in a 30-minute race you don't sweat, you don't have that much, in a 1-hour race where you drive for 30 minutes, it's not that physical. Often you're not even sweating. In the middle of summer you are sweating, but you're not dying. A track like Budapest is quite physical though, because there's no place to rest. Oh. Do I have traction? No. And so that track you have to be reasonably fit, but it's mostly in endurance races. Like in races that are longer than 3 hours. So Paul Ricard 6 hour, Spa 24 hour, Suzuka that I did this year, where you have to, as a driver, you expect it to double stint. I mean, I've turned down the engine sound as much as I can, and I've turned up the mic volume. So even now the engine is almost on mute for me. I still need to calibrate it then. Where are we on lap time? So for the double stint races, you got to let's brake at the marshal post. You got to be quite fit. So you got to run at least 4 or 5 times a week. You got to run or be on a bicycle, in the gym or outside. TC level is on 0. This grade 4 cars definitely do not need traction control. I am stalling here because I'm trying to get the bottom of this car. The TT definitely understeered more to me in my opinion. But this thing doesn't seem to get to its top speed like it does at, say, Dragon's Trail. So I think we're going to struggle in this next race. So we run every day. I run every day almost. The days that I do weights, like today, I don't run. But I will run every other day. And then a lot of core exercises. So like on the exercise ball, you can kneel on the exercise ball and play ping pong, kneeling on it, which requires a lot of sort of balance coordination stuff. And that is more valuable than, say, lifting heavy weights. So I do a lot of that, and it's also quite fun. All the balance coordination stuff is really fun. When you're in the car, the kind of things that you're experiencing is obviously your neck, which is not that intense. It's just after 1.5 hours, your neck starts to get really tired. It's not that your helmet's heavy, it's slightly heavier than what you're used to, and that build up after 1.5 hours of going through corners, eventually if you're not fit enough, you're starting to look for places to hide your neck. But even that is not the most intense part. It's just the heat and your heart rate. So obviously, to keep you cool, your blood has to pump super fast to radiate itself. So the heart is sitting at 140, 150 BPM, and the heat inside the car can get up to, like in Suzuka, it got up to 55 degrees. It got so hot in Suzuka, for example, that our shoes were melting and sticking to the pedals, the pedal box. So we do heat training. I don't go to gym. I train at home, so I just crank up the heaters and wear as many layers as possible to train, but it's still a shock to your system. I mean, it's just unbelievable heat inside those cars. When you stick your hand out the little slat in the side of the so-called driver's side window, it's not a window, the heat that is coming off the car creates this, like, you're in like a little hot pocket. It's definitely hard to do lap times in this car, and that hot pocket is unrelenting. So like again in Suzuka, the water was so hot, our drinking water, it literally was as hot as tea, so we couldn't drink it. So you're hydrating as much as you can before the race. Whoa, come on. Hey Fran, what's happening, man? Ladies and gentlemen, Fran Raider in the house. BMW driver, super fast in GT Open. I'm correct that you're Spanish, mate. I think you are. And he finished second in the GT Open Championship this year. Super close to the other guys. Oh man, this Veyron is going to get hammered. Definitely switching back to the TT for the next one. Fran, do you play any similar stuff? Curious to know. Okay, so I think our Veyron experiment is a failure, ladies and gentlemen. That's awesome. I'm guessing, Fran, that you play mostly iRacing and Assetto Corsa. I think I'm the only real racing driver that sticks to Gran Turismo at the moment. I just can't get over it. And obviously, once I get a PC, that will change. But for now, still on the PlayStation. A legend. So you're treating it more as a game, I suppose. Yeah, for sure, man. I use the Thrustmaster, but I've also tried the Fanatec. I still own the Fanatec, but my advice is, if you're going to get something specifically for the PlayStation, look for a wheel that is designed specifically for the PlayStation. I need a little bit more laps here. So, Fran, I was just telling these guys about being fit for the double stint races. I mean, the sprint races is not as necessary. You get a lot of guys who are not so fit. and are able to still perform quite well. But for the endurance races, you got to be pretty damn fit. And the thing is, it's like the kind of tiredness that you experience, it's like your body gets slightly tired, and then your brain just starts to go, you start to miss little nuances like the getting on the power too aggressively and cooking the tires, for example. That's a classic one. And that gets worse and worse, and that creates tension, and the tension is what makes you tired. The more relaxed you are, the less tired you're going to be in a double stint. So you're trying to compensate for all those that kind of situation. Being fit absolutely helps in GT racing. It's just we don't have to be as fit as a Formula 1 driver. But I would argue that a lot of us are as fit as F1 drivers. They just got bigger necks. Okay, on to the final in the Veyron. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get my ass handed to me in this car, so I'm going to be quiet for 5 laps. I always say that. I say I'm going to be quiet, and then I start talking the second I get on a straight. But this car absolutely doesn't have the pace to be doing easy 36s. Yeah, mate, Suzuka was just unbelievable. I was telling the guys now that our shoes were literally sticking to the footwell. Our soles were melting. Hey Roland, I've never played Race Room. That's one of the games I want to get once I finally get a PC. Oh, these guys are pulling away from me in this car. Okay, let me try and focus here. Let me pretend to focus. Holy. Like this. Sorry buddy, but if you're gonna open the door I have to go for it. I'm obligated. Oh my god, I'm getting eaten alive. I have no top speed. I honestly thought the Veyron would have top speed advantage. That's why I went for this thing. What can I salvage from this bad decision of mine? I'm like Fernando Alonso here, making terrible team decisions. The Fanatec is great, but it's not many games are actually calibrated to maximize the tech inside a Fanatec. So a lot of the times the game's feedback is not as good in a Fanatec, and that's always a problem. So I mean, in Gran Turismo the Fanatec feels great, but for example the Thrustmaster that I'm using at the moment has force feedback in the pedals as well, so you can feel gear changes through your feet, which is pretty cool. And there's a bit more like detail in the force feedback from the Thrustmaster. That's why when the Thrustmaster did send me a wheel for free, and initially I thought that I would use it for a little bit and go back to the Fanatec, but I think I'm gonna use the Fanatec on PC when I finally get one, because I think that it's just better suited for PC software. Go buddy. My DR is getting absolutely hammered here. My SR. Okay, so Game Ranger is telling me to short shift. Yes. Oh, come on! Now I got a penalty. Yes, Fran. I'm hoping that I do Blancpain next year. Nothing is signed, but that's my aim, mate. DSC, what's happening, man? Do you have any plans? So my target is Blancpain, but I'm still working on a deal. Trying to stay within the Ferrari family. Where am I going to find time to serve this penalty? I want to get close to this guy again. Surely this guy will get a penalty for that. No? See, this is the thing that frustrates me about the Red Bull Ring is this inconsistency in track limits. I don't know where it is. It's like racing at Le Mans as well. It's also really difficult to tell. Okay. Short shifting is definitely helping. Thanks so much for that, Game Ranger. I'm going to do my stopping penalty serving on the finish line. Let's see. Mate, I think you should. I think you definitely deserve a shot in Blancpain. I hope BMW are paying attention because you did an absolutely epic job in GT Open this season. Seriously, especially like Monza. That was a pretty epic race, man. I really hope to see you there, bud. So everyone in front of me also has penalties, and they have bigger penalties than me. So, you know, I could get a podium if I don't miss this damn apex. I could get a podium if I just by default here. Round robins, this short shifting and game changer has definitely helped. For those interested, my brake balance is very rear because this car seems to be understeering quite a bit. Oh, hello. Speaking of understeer, this TT is coming, so he's going to get the podium. Oh! P5 in the end. P5, yes. Okay, I'm going back to TT. I don't like finishing P5. Yeah, for sure. The first race I did was in the TT, and it was almost, I don't want to say too easy, but it was very easy to be in the top 3. So I was looking for a challenge, but clearly I didn't enjoy it. And I think in this case I'm a bit upset that my SR must have been nailed now. So let's just quickly go to the companion app. I started this morning on 99. No, I don't like the Lambo. Oh, I lost 10 SR points in that race. Just in that race I lost 10 SR points. Back to the TT. So I'm going to be downgraded to a different starting group now. That's irritating. How do you see or know that you lost SR points? When you're racing and you see that orange triangle which has the word SR in it, you know that you're losing sportsmanship ranking points. And then there's an app, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are unaware, called excuse me, it's called the GT Sports Companion app. It's on Android and iPhone, and I sometimes watch it a little bit too much, but that's where you can see where you've lost points. Okay, let me just quickly, I'm going to try and adjust again the mic volume versus engine noise volume. And then let's just quickly do a test. We have 5 minutes here, so you're going to probably see a black screen for a second, but I really want to get this right. So hello? Okay, now I can't hear anything, so one moment please. Okay, that's the... okay. Okay, I've now turned down the car audio quite a lot, but let's see if I can do it even more in the menu over here. Okay, let's see. Background music I want on 0. Sound effects, fine. Replay, off. Okay. Let's see if this works, guys. Let me know. Green Hornet. I use a Thrustmaster, mate. So by turning down pretty much all the engine noises, I can't hear a thing. So sorry about this for those of you tuning in. Last adjustment. Okay, there we go. So how does that sound? Is that still like is the engine noise still completely dominating the microphone sound? Thrustmaster TGT. That is what I've been using. They actually sponsored me this wheel, and they also sponsored me my headset, which is the Thrustmaster T-Racing Scuderia Ferrari edition. Hey Christian, what's happening? Thanks so much for the comment, and welcome to this channel. So for me the sound was okay. I turned down the engine volume quite a lot on my side, and then just talking to the microphone, but it seems that when I watch the replays over, little like quality control test, it seems that it wasn't so clear for you guys. So this is all a work in progress. I'm looking to buy, there's an adapter that you can get, I forget the name of it, Super GT recommended it to me, so that I can stream via my laptop, and I'll also be able to do 1080p as well. I just haven't ordered it yet. Yeah, I've played F1 2018. I give it a 3-star rating on my page davidperrell.net/sim. I mentioned that why I use it, and you can check that out there. I use it purely because I need to practice my starts, and like especially in Gran Turismo Sport, you start in a straight line, you learn nothing, whereas in the F1 games you have a standing start, and it's all quite rapid, and it does actually require pretty fast reaction times to not crash, and I use that a lot just to practice my starts and sharpen my reactions, because that game, it is much quicker than, I mean the actions, like your actual inputs are quicker than in these games, especially Grade 4 racing, Gran Turismo Sport. It's very slow. It's like driving a limousine. So I'm cognizant of that difference, and I try compensate by using different games when I can identify an area that is lacking for my practice. Okay, so let's keep in mind here that I've been downgraded to a B group. Now my aim is to get a clean race, which gives you about 6 points. Yeah, sure, I don't mind sharing my setup here. The brake balance is it's to the rear, which in this game is +4. Oh no, man, got kicked out. Oh, that's so irritating. I would say we do that, but no. Okay, so what do we got here? Circuit de Catalunya in a grade 2 car. Rayburg NSX, but a lot of people are using the Nissan GTR, which I think is the easiest to drive. So I'm not sure why I got kicked out there. That's frustrating. I can only stream for a few more minutes anyway, so let's do some laps at Barcelona in this thing, custom livery. I didn't put any sponsor logos on this one yet. I really do not enjoy the grade 2 cars that much. A lot of guys do enjoy them. They are pretty rapid. So Network Ninja, from my understanding, if you just restart the game it should be okay, but because I can only stream for a few more minutes, I'm just going to do some laps with this car here. 34, 35, 36. It's quite a big lap time spread. It turns so much compared to the TT. It's almost like I need a recalibration. My God. This car is so difficult to drive because of the turbo lag, and then when it kicks in, it's like all wheel spin. So to balance that, not so easy. For me, some people love it. I wish I could do this FIA race on Wednesday, but I won't be here. It's actually going to be very difficult for me to do any FIA races until January, but I'm going to try my best. I'm not going to be at home for quite a while. After Bahrain, I have to go to Europe and maybe South Africa. But let's see. Whenever I get a slot, I'm going to try to do at least 1 hour streaming, like I am this morning. I gotta say, the rendering of this track, I don't know if Fran is still watching, is actually pretty accurate, except for this part here where you can go completely over these orange curbs. If you touch those in real life, okay, maybe the BMW is able to cope a little bit better, but still, this game is too forgiving when it comes to those curbs. I'm pretty sure that corner's almost flat out on this car. It depends on the car you're driving. For example, the Mercedes GT3 guys, they don't lift, they just roll off the throttle. The Ferrari, you have to lift. Some of the guys do a big lift and then go more aggressively on the power, but it just depends on the car. Christopher, I use a Thrustmaster TGT. Nick, to be a mechanic, well, this is like any industry. It's mostly based on relationships and experience. The more experience you have, the more likely you are to work at the bigger teams. It doesn't pay much to be a mechanic in this sport, and you're away from your family a lot. Like Ronaldo, for example, is racing almost every weekend of the year. So if you want a normal life, then being a mechanic in Europe it's not going to work. And when you join a team with no experience, the first thing that you do is clean the tires and the rims between recessions, and balance the wheels and fetch the tires and fetch the the petrol for the... I need to fix that corner. See here, you can just whack the curbs. If you just drive straight over them in the game, it is faster. If you do that in real life, you're going to be replacing a 25,000 euro floor tray. Okay, I do want to try to do one clean lap here. Just a comment, if you want to find out what equipment I'm using, it's on my website, davidperrell.net/sim. And you can see what seat I use and headphones and all that, what games I use. Moto G5, are you referring to the car I'm driving right now? It's the Nissan? Or do you mean the car I have in real life? Yeah, Chris, if you finish in the top 200 of an FIA, proper FIA championship, and you live in certain regions, then you are granted the S ranked. I'm realizing now that some of the guys may be cutting the chicane with the Catalunya cheats. I can't believe Gran Turismo missed that. Amateur hour from them. It's strange in this game that you experience oversteer in that corner. In real life it's all about understeer. But in the game they've really nailed the physics of this left and then right up the hill. That was okay. Still got a lot of time I can find in turn 1. I'm braking too early. Yeah, the T300 is also a pretty sick wheel, man. Nice. Whoa. After this lap, I'm gonna see if we can do a daily race. If not, then we're gonna have to end the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, 38.2, super average. Lots of lap time still to be found there, without cutting, of course. I suspect my team manager really wants to hear from me, but anyway. 36.1. 36.1. Oh my god. Okay, let's quickly see. Can I sneak in an entry here? No, don't give me the daily workout. Oh god, time waster. I gotta love this thing. It's gonna give me this old cranky car over here. What is that, a Mustang or a Chevy or something? Yeah, what'd I tell you? What is this thing? A Mustang. Okay. Yeah. It always gives you the car you don't want, so that's a good indicator in those random drawings. Okay. Sport, race entry. No, not there. Okay, we're 3 minutes. Perfect. Okay. That was a good time waster. Let's hope it doesn't kick me out. What's the bet this thing's gonna kick me out? So I think actually what I'm quickly gonna do here is to avoid wasting everybody's time, I'm gonna quickly restart the game. We still have some time. Okay, so